you for being patient for my video. I know in my last video I said it'd be up in 3 or 4 days, and then in my post I said it'd be up within a week. So sorry, I misspoke in my video, but anyways, it's been 6 days. The video is ready to go up. I'm just going to post it today. I just want to thank you for your patience. Also, I just want to comment on the format. After the trip, it was so intense I couldn't really put it into words, so I slept on it. So I thought it would be best if I just commentate over the video, sort of like a reaction video, just to describe what's going on during the trip at the time. If you guys want to skip ahead to just the DMT part, like usual, just look into chapters and you can skip ahead to the part you like. And this was a crazy trip. It was amazing. And one thing I want to comment on, even though it seems like I'm doing a lot, this isn't really that huge of a dose I was doing. I did a little bit of everything, but it worked really good, you know? I was worried that they would sort of compound each other, but they complemented each other nicely, and it was very euphoric, and it was a beautiful trip even before the DMT, but the DMT trip was amazing. Also, look at that cool graffiti. There's a lot of cool graffiti in Vancouver. I hope you guys have a great night, great day, morning, whatever it is, and hope you enjoy the video. Cheers.
Good evening, my lovely subscribers. I hope you're having a great day, morning, whatever it may be for you. I hope it's great. And I'm about to do the Grand Slam. You may have seen my post about it describing this, what I'm about to do here. I'm going to take 200 micrograms of acid with about 1 gram of mushrooms, 1 2CB pill, which is 12 milligrams, and then I'm going to wait till that all hits me, then I'm going to smoke DMT and see what happens. Also, I'm going to be taking weed, as I normally do all the time during life. I had a couple drinks. I took some Phenibut this morning even, you know, I'm fully loaded. Hey guys, it's been a couple days since I did the trip. I'm just doing the edit now, and I'm going to be popping in here and there just to sort of comment on certain things. The first thing I want to say is I did combine a lot of things that day. I did a lot of research before I combined all that. I always do. I'm always safe. I always know what can go with what and what can't go with, you know what, and dangerous combinations and all that. Anytime you're going to be doing, first of all, I would never recommend combining that amount of drugs. I've had a lot of experience. I know my body well, and I didn't take large doses of any single drug, except for the Phenibut in the morning. That's a pretty large dose, but, you know, even that's pretty safe. So I just want to put that out there, you know, don't just go mixing drugs all willy-nilly. And I probably just wouldn't recommend mixing that many drugs at all, period. So I just wanted to put that out there. I was just, you know, I wanted to try something new. I've tried all those drugs on their own many, many times, and I thought this would be an interesting experience, and it really was. Also, after this clip, you'll see that I'm shuddering from the taste of the mushrooms. I did everything at that moment, just so you know. I just didn't want to dose it all on cam, you know, so yeah, I did the acid, the 2CB, and the mushrooms all at that moment. And I did smoke weed for, here and there throughout the trip, but I didn't record any of that. Anyways, I will let the video carry on now. Those are gross tasting shrooms. Notice here I slobber on my shirt. Is that an oil stain on my shirt? It is a big oil stain on my shirt. Wait guys, these mushrooms are hitting me really quick. No, I'm just kidding. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2021. Wow. We made it. I gotta say, I've been thriving through the whole thing because my life hasn't really changed a whole lot. I've always, you know, spent a lot of time at home just working on personal projects and stuff. And so when this whole thing happened, it sort of leveled the playing field. It's now everyone's living like me, but I'm already a master of this. So it's you know, welcome to my domain. And that's an idea that I stole from Andrew Schultz. He's a comedian. He mentioned that the other day. He was saying that a lot of people that do media on TV, like television stars, they're having to do stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. And it's terrible. You know, no one wants to watch he made this example, Stephen Colbert in his living room, right? There's already a lot of people that do this type of media better. I used to like Colbert before he had his late night show, but then once he started making Trump jokes, I'm not a fan of Trump or anything. I don't think too much about it these days, politics, but I don't want to, sit there and watch these cheesy jokes rehashed over and over. Okay, I don't know. It might just be all in my head, but I feel I feel like I feel something from the mushrooms, like a little something. And I've had this before with mushrooms where certain types, I've only gotten this 2 times. And my friend Boris from my last video, he was with me actually both those times. And for the next little bit, I'm going to be discussing the research chemical for ACO-DMT. Don't confuse that with Nn-DMT, which is the drug I smoke in this video, the popular DMT, the Joe Rogan DMT, you know, that's Nn-DMT. I'm going to be talking about 4-ACO-DMT, which is kind of a different drug altogether. It's nothing like, they're nothing like each other. 4-ACO is more like mushrooms, but I just wanted to clarify that just in case anyone's not clear. And then also 5-MeO-DMT, that's another one. You know, all 3 of them are very different. So just make sure you know what DMT you're talking about. When someone says DMT without any other letters in front of it, it's assumed to be Nn-DMT, which is the popular one. Okay. Those mushrooms, those times hit me really, really quick for some reason. And they hit Boris really quick too. So it's something about the mushrooms that hit us quick. And both times that happened, those 2 mushrooms I did that time where they hit me quickly, the effects were different. They felt a lot like 4-ACO-DMT, which is interesting. And then the mushrooms that hit me, you know, like in 45 minutes, an hour, like they normally do, those just feel like normal mushrooms. And it's interesting because 4-ACO-DMT is basically the same thing as mushrooms. They turn into the same chemical in your body, psilocin, that gets you high, but the experiences are different. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with how they digest and release into your body. Like the powder of 4-ACO, like it's instant basically, where mushrooms slowly digest like food. And then also mushrooms have a lot of other compounds and stuff in it there too that will alter the trip. But it's interesting how the mushrooms that hit me really quick feel a lot more like 4-ACO-DMT, which is basically like mushrooms that hit you really quick. And then there's a lot of other little factors that make 4-ACO-DMT a different experience to me than mushrooms. Some people will swear that, no, they convert to psilocin in your body, so it's the same experience no matter what. But it's 100% not. Like, there are some things where I'm not quite sure about, like, you know, I haven't had enough experiences to tell, or it's just, you know, there could be a lot of other factors varying into it. So, you know, I can't say one way or another with a lot of things in psychedelics, but the difference between mushrooms and 4-ACO, to me, that's like I wouldn't say night and day, because there is some overlap for sure, but definitely at the point where you can differentiate them like 100%. Arabian Nights. Oh, ooh, I love this microphone. I want to eat it. Told you that before, right? How much I want to eat this microphone. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I'm always trying to be funny a little bit, but this is based on a lot of truth. Like, I legit want to eat this microphone. It's taking all of my willpower not to bite into this metal grill right now. But like, it looks delicious, you guys. Like, how can you not want to eat that? And I should put this back on so I don't get distracted. I kind of want to eat this microphone too, actually. This one, not as much. This one, I want to lick this one more. Like, it's got the grill too, and it's like concaved. That's not good for biting. This isn't a good biting microphone. This is a licker. I could lick this one if I want. It's not going to kill me. Maybe I should unplug it, but oh, that is satisfying, I must say. Okay, no more. One more. I want a hamburger right now. Time is it? Oh, never mind. It's 4:30. I can almost get a breakfast hamburger. Oh wait, no. You know what's so stupid is McDonald's says breakfast all day. What type of psychopath eats an Egg McMuffin past noon? That's just, I mean, obviously there's a lot of you out there. That's fine, whatever. But why doesn't McDonald's do the reverse with lunch? Like, why can't you get lunch in the morning? That to me is like, because I'm craving a fucking burger right now. In half an hour, I can go get one if they made the fucking burgers in the morning, but they don't. So it's like, what? Like, breakfast gets to reign supreme all day long, but lunch, the core of their, like, you go to McDonald's for lunch, you know? that, you know, only gets a segment of the day. You know, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's like you got the grills, you got the stuff. Give me a fucking burger. Just do it for me. Like, I know it says on the sign, no, you can't do it before 11 or whatever the time is, but you can. You're not supposed to, but you can. Like, physically, you can move your body and put the fucking burger on the grill. Anyways, I don't know. I've heard people make this argument before. Then someone's always like, yeah, but McDonald's, you know, they got to swap out their equipment. So, you know, they got to set up their burger kitchen, you know. But for some reason, the fucking Egg McMuffin equipment can just be there all day long. It's like the fucking burger equipment can't be there like in the morning. It makes no fucking sense to me, to be honest. Give me like zero sense. I'm sure it makes complete sense in reality, but from where I'm standing, it makes zero. All right, so this sort of feels like that 2CB trip I had the other night where I did 2CB. I don't know where I was going with that, but the come up feels the same like the acid I took. It was very euphoric. It wasn't super visual, but I'm feeling like that right now. Like, I feel good mentally. I'm feeling more social, which is always a sign that euphoria is coming. I don't know, and I don't really know how does 2CB factor into all of this, because I've never taken 2CB by itself. I just experienced it with acid the other night, so like it's hard to really separate what's coming from what. I mean, that's the whole idea, right? I did a grand slam. I'm a switch. Did you guys know I can swing both ways? And that's not a gay thing. It's a real life sports term where you can swing left. And if you want, you can swing right. And that will give you an advantage depending on which way the pitcher throws. Because if they throw with their inside arm, you know, you'll get like half a second longer to see the ball, right? So you can just switch it up. That's extremely useful. Never, because I don't play baseball, by the way. I've maybe played in like 1 or 2 games of baseball in my life, you know, like legit games of baseball, like where you got bats and balls and like outfielders and everything. That's hard to get that shit together. Usually when you have that many people together, it's like, all right, let's play like frisbee or something, or like capture the flag or something. It's not usually like baseball, but baseball is fun. It is fun. It's a great game. It's a great game. And I'm doing a grand slam right now. That's why I'm talking about this. And yeah, I can swing left. I'm right-handed. I write with my right hand. I'm right-handed. You know what that means. I don't need to explain what that means to you. But certain things I can do left. Like I can swing my left arm pretty good. You know, it's got a nice natural feel to it. But when I can't like write with my left hand like I could with my right hand. That's true ambidextrous people. Like, there are people truly that are ambidextrous. I'm not really, but in sports, I always swing or shoot left. And in some sports, I can swing right, like baseball, you know? Baseball, you know, which way you want to go. You want to go this way? Sure, bring it on. You want to go right? I can do right. Bring it on. Oh, you want to go left? I'm even better left, so watch out. Anyways, I'm just, letting it be known that I'm a switch hitter, and just, I'm putting that out there. So don't come pitching balls at me and expect them not to get hit. Is what I'm saying. I'm a switch hitter. I can swing both ways, and it's not a gay thing. I'm just, I'm letting it be. It's a warning. I can switch hit. So just keep that in mind when you interact with me going forward. Keep reminding yourself, like, this man can switch hit. This guy's a switch hitter. Careful. And sometimes I'll put that on like a resume, like special skills, like, but I can swing both ways. And then in brackets I'll put like, it's not a gay thing. Anyways, let me report on my experience here. All right, Keanu Reeves thinks we're about like, where's the timer? Keanu Reeves says we're about 30. This is more, what's his fucking name? Matt Dillon. This is Matt Dillon. This sounds more Matt Dillon. All right. So Matt Dillon says we're about 40 minutes into our trip here. Visually, things are Still for now, but everything's sort of like vibrating, like shimmering, sort of like, I don't know, like it's about to explode. Like it's getting ready. It's getting ready to go crazy. In my head right now, the physical load is the most prominent thing right now. Like lightheaded, or am I heavy-headed? I don't know. My head feels heavy. Can your head feel heavy, but you can also be lightheaded? What am I talking about? Can you answer me that? What am I talking like that? You know, I'd settle for that. You know, just to know what I'm talking about. Bjork? Do you know what I'm talking about? She does. Bjork knows. It feels like the mushrooms and acid are fighting to establish supremacy over my face. Like who gets control of the face? It just feels like there's something going on my face that where they're not agreeing with each other. Something's going on, you know, with my face, which that's not something you want to have something to be going on about. What's going on though? What about my face? What about my face? Did you say about my face, motherfucker? Loop is a weird word. It's a weird word. You know what else is a weird word I was thinking the other day? Pouch. Pouch. Coin, like a coin pouch, makeup pouch. Like, I don't know. What do you put in a fucking pouch? Purse, not quite. It's like Russian nesting dolls with these purses. You got the purse, the main shell purse, and it's like you got pouches inside. What goes inside of a pouch, you know? A coin purse? Where does that fit into this whole fucking conspiracy? All these visuals are moving so fast. Everything is warping really quickly. Typically, everything moves slowly for me, like on acid and stuff. And okay, why are people 5 a.m? What are you doing awake? First of all, people, only I'm allowed to be up at this hour. This is my hour. You can exist in the morning, just you can't have fun. This can be like a really like hard thought for some people to have, or it can be the opposite and give people solace, or it can be like just a cold thought for some people that I think humans unfortunately aren't anything special. Like, I think everything in this universe is made of the same elements, right? It's just in different configurations and combinations. And it's like, I don't think humans are like anything special. Like, I don't think atoms or elements have come together in such a right, like, if elements came together to form a human, then it's somehow special. But elements that are, you know, came together to form this mouse, like, this isn't a life, but I am a life. Like, biology and physics are the same thing essentially. It's just like how, like, where do you draw the line between, like, when does something become alive, right? Because I'm a live human being, but it's not like if I chopped off my arm wouldn't be alive. That's just bones and skin and stuff. So like, where is being alive? Where does being alive take place? Like, in your brain, obviously. What am I talking about? I get so inarticulate sometimes when I'm on psychedelics, but all I was trying to say is that everything is made of the same elements, humans and objects. So humans are essentially like complicated objects. Like, where do you draw the line between inorganic and organic? I'm sure there's a scientific definition for it, but like, beyond human definition, there's no, like, it's not a black and white thing, you know? So what really differentiates a human from an object? I think we're just like complicated objects, advanced objects, if you will. That's all. Like, I don't know what that was all about. I just, yeah. You have the idea in your head. You get better ideas in your head when you're on psychedelics, but you have less ability to explain them. At certain parts of the trip, I noticed there's a part of the trip where you get like very articulate. at least with me and my friends, when we like do psychedelics together, I know this is a part where like we're just in the zone with our conversation. Anyways, why do I always try to think about this shit when I'm like on psychedelics? Why do I have to think about the most complicated shit ever? And like I just think myself into this like why can't I just think about fun shit? I do that too, actually. What am I talking about? Okay, so I'm sort of wondering, when should I do the DMT? Do I do it during this come up phase, which I think would be a mistake? Or do I do it like when I feel like I'm truly at the peak of the trips, the combined trips? Or do I take it on the come down, or like, when I'm, I think I want to like wait till that point where you sort of like level out. All right, so at that point I just lied down and I sort of just threw on some music and was just enjoying the visuals for a while. I was pretty high. The combination of 2CB, acid, and mushrooms felt really good. The visuals weren't that overwhelming, but my tolerance is kind of up a little bit. I didn't trip out that long ago, but I was very euphoric, and yeah, it was, I was feeling really good. I was very tired though at the same time. So I was lying down, I was kind of zoning out for a bit and just listening to music up until I decided, I sat up eventually. It was like an hour and a half later, and I decided I was going to do the DMT then. So the footage you see after this is me deciding, all right, it's DMT time. And I think I'm just going to sort of stick around through this whole thing and just sort of react to it, I guess is the word for it. Just because there's going to be a lot to explain. I'm silent basically throughout the entire video from now until the end, except here and there I speak. So I will just commentate. So I sat up, I threw on some meditative music. You can hear in the background, royalty free. And I was feeling really spiritual, really at one with everything. You'll see in a minute here, I almost start shedding tears. I think I did at one point. I just felt at peace. And I looked very serious during these moments, but I was feeling really good. I was just in awe of the beauty of the world. I was watching like nature, visuals. Again, I like those on DMT. I'm starting to learn. And yeah, this was before I did the DMT, just in case you weren't clear on that. It'll be okay. I think I was saying that more to myself than it was you guys. Everything is gonna be okay. I still was nervous, for sure. You see the microphone's way not where it should be either. I apologize. I didn't, I screwed up. I was high. Should have been closer, but I didn't say much anyway, so it's okay. Also, my computer fan is on high. I normally turn that to low when I'm recording. But you guys are so like, you guys don't complain. I don't know, I'm probably more nitpicky than I need to be with quality, but it bothers me when I make mistakes like that. It will get better. And thank you for being so understanding. Alright. Yeah. Before we get into the trip, I just want to say I was planning on closing my eyes, but I didn't end up closing my eyes. I did for a bit, but there's a reason I opened them, and I'll explain that in due time. I don't know what I'm saying there exactly. It doesn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter. I don't remember what I meant by that. And this whole preparation process, I was like half meditating, sort of, just that lasted a lot longer than this. It's probably a good 20 minutes, half an hour. I went to a different scene. I didn't like what was going on. I turned up the volume here so you can hear. This is where I take my hit. It's a bong hit again. I just took the remainder of my last 2 trips in the bowl. I didn't finish the bowl either time, so I dumped that out and I saved it and then combined them. There, I was just testing to make sure my seat was all, you know, stable and wasn't gonna like tip over. I had all my notifications off, all that. The hit was pretty big. I have no idea how much was in there, but it was one big hit. As you'll see, it was a pretty big hit. It was cherrying like good, like it was pretty big. Peace out, I said. And like on camera, you can't really see smoke either, so believe me when I say it was a pretty big hit. My breathing got really tight then. I'm making funny noises. Oh, sort of thing. And then I decided to close my eyes at first, but the visuals were so amazing right off the bat. So right off the bat, I was seeing blue and white. Everything was going blue and white. And I saw a big racetrack forming in front of me, like Racer X, you know that cartoon? It looked like this really beautiful, colorful cartoon. I was racing down this blue and white track. Then when I shut my eyes, I shut them for a longer period after this, but I felt amazing at that point. The visuals are so pleasing, the racetrack. That's why I was just laughing at there, was the beauty of what I was saying. Saying wow. So it's not a breakthrough trip, I'm still like talking and opening my eyes. It's all I had left, really. I might have done more, but it was still so incredible. I was just enjoying the visuals in my room. I want to close my eyes, but if it's not a breakthrough trip, my closed eye visuals, I've said before, aren't really that spectacular. But when I did close them here for a little bit, I think it's here, I went inside of my brain. I was traveling down the circuits of my brain, and if I took a left or a right, something like different would happen. Like different visuals would come around me. I felt like I was going down these wormholes at like light speed, but I knew I was inside my brain and I could decide where to go. It was like I was choosing where to go, and if I went left or if I went right, it'd be something different. And I got the sense that our brains can do whatever the hell we want. I felt like our brains were like supercomputers just rendering this simulation in front of us. And if it really wanted to, we can load like something else in there and see something completely different. I felt like I had complete control over my brain. And I was just laughing here. You can see that it was so much fun and amazing. But then eventually, oh my God, I said, eventually something was telling me to open my eyes and look back outside, because I think that's truly what I wanted to do deep down. Because I love the visuals in my room. And I opened them and I was back on the racetrack again.
Hey.
And again, I gotta pause it here. The part that happened next was what I found to be really profound. It was saying, come back again, come back again. And I got the sense that I wasn't ready yet. Something like, come back again, you're still learning, and it made me feel like a kid, but it wasn't like in like a shameful way. It was just like, I don't know, the DMT was conveying to me somehow that you still have a long way to go, don't worry yet. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, I've had a very tough last 5 or 6, my 20s were tough, and then the last 4 or 5 years it's just been like, I've been feeling defeated, like I feel like I messed up my life with a lot of the choices I made in my 20s, and I felt like I was going nowhere, and I felt just like I felt like it was all downhill, basically. And the feeling I got when DMT was telling me, like, you've got a lot to learn, you've got a long way to go, you're still learning, you're not there yet, it was almost like And I don't know, it was like a reassuring message. It was a reassuring message. It felt good to hear it, and it felt good to admit it and accept it. That's something I thought about a lot. People have different trajectories in life, right? I hate this term, like late bloomers or whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't mean necessarily you're behind. Just it's taking you longer to get to where you want to be. In my case, you know, I did drugs throughout my 20s and basically postponed, like when I quit doing drugs at 26 or whatever it was, 27, something like that, not drugs, but you know, crystal meth, I soon realized that I have a lot of learning to do. Like I am just learning how to be an adult for the first time now, but I felt just sad for myself. I felt like I had more potential, and I don't know, this DMT trip made me realize that I have a long way to go, and I'm still coming into my own. I haven't like passed it, you know? And it coincides a lot with this channel. I feel like this channel is sort of maybe a way for me to realize my potential creatively. I'm creative in a lot of ways. I'm a writer, mostly. And I think that's why I'm, you know, getting a little bit of traction on YouTube, is because making videos is essentially like writing. I'm not a good speaker in person, but I'm a great writer. So if I can just have a little bit of time to craft what I want to say, I feel like I can express myself very clearly. Maybe this is a way to make something of my creative skill. I'm going all for it, guys. I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm 31 years old, and just so you know, I'm not doing this as a hobby. This is not purely just out of passion. I want to make money from this. I want this to grow to where I can profit from this and make it a career. Doesn't mean there isn't passion involved. There's got to be both. The passion is there first. But I'm 31. I don't have time to be wasting. I can't be wasting this much time on something that's purely just a hobby. I literally can't. You know, I'll run out of money eventually, you know, and I don't have a career established. So doing this, I feel like is a bit risky, but it might have a huge payoff, and I'm going to go for it. But that's why I need your guys' support. I need you guys to like my videos, share my videos, all that. Keep doing what you're doing, basically commenting, because if it doesn't pay off, I don't necessarily want all this information on the internet without any payoff, you know. And I will always upload free content to YouTube. That's, you know, I'm not gonna suddenly put my stuff behind a paywall, but I'm just letting you guys know for the future I'm gonna be looking at revenue options for my channel, whether it's Patreon or just memberships or something like that. But I will always have a lot of free content on YouTube. So I just want to let you guys know that it's not like I'm money hungry or anything. It's just like I love doing this, and the only way I can do this at the rate I'm doing it now and at the quality I'm doing it now is if I can earn from it. And that's not going to be for ways down yet, or even if I get there, you know, I'm speaking too soon probably, but I like where things are going, and you know, we'll discuss that maybe next year, at the end of this year, something like that. So I just want to let you guys know my plans, you know, full disclosure. Right, okay, so back to the video. I don't know what I said there. Sorry about the background noise, by the way. That noise sounded scared, almost. I don't know what that was, but I think this was when it was telling me. This is when I was getting DMT is real. This is when I was getting the messages about, you know, you're still a kid, basically, it was telling me. Not voices, not words, just the messages were coming to me somehow. It was a feeling I was getting. And the hallucinations I was getting, they weren't like the last two trips. The last two trips were pretty mild. And I forgot about what DMT is like. You forget about what it's like after time because it's so surreal. Oh yeah, hold on, I'm going to pause it there. Because it's so surreal. Like after you look back on it over time, you think like, it was like a dream. It feels like a dream, like it didn't even happen. And so I forgot what like an intense DMT trip was like. Like I was seeing, like things were just changing color on will. Sometimes it feels like you're controlling it. And it's not like when you're tripping on acid or mushrooms where it feels like you're in a fantasy. When you're on acid or mushrooms, it feels like you're in like a story, like Alice in Wonderland or something. And it's fun, but DMT is so real. The hallucinations are way further out of reality than acid and mushrooms, but the feeling is way more real. So like, and it looks way more real. So like things will like change colors like really rapidly for me on DMT sometimes. And the way it happens and just how real it feels, it's scary, first of all, if you're not prepared for it. But also really, really, really cool if you can just go with it. And I was sort of like struck, like it's been a while since I've experienced that, and I forgot what it was like. My last few trips didn't give me that. They were pretty mild. And yeah, just the hallucinations on DMT are pretty real and pretty intense, and it's just amazing. It's unlike mushrooms and acid, completely. Oh yeah, here I went for another trip or another hit, and at the last second I decided not to. I was too scared. Something was telling me I should go for it, but then at the end, the last second I decided I was too scared. I just was. And I know people are going to say, just go with it. I know that. Usually I do. I used to, but it's been a while. I was scared. You know, I was on a lot of drugs also at the same time, but it's okay. I still got an amazing trip out of it. And the next day I looked at my bowl and there was none left anyway. Not tonight, I can't. Too scared. Another time. Still a kid. Another weird thing that happened is I sat up and started talking, and I thought I was out, like the trip was over, but I barely remember that, and the trip wasn't over yet. I just thought it was. I saw my camera and my microphone, and something must have told me, oh, go talk to this. And then I snapped out of it again. It was like a trip within a trip, like trip inception. It was like, I already used this reference, but it was like Russian nesting dolls. But no, like, it was weird because when I really come out of a DMT trip, everything starts to look like traily, and that's when I know I'm coming out of the DMT trip, when everything starts to look traily, especially lights. And then I realized I came out a second time and I'm like, oh wait, now I'm actually coming down. I'll point out when that happens. I said our minds are incredible. I was thinking back at how I was going through my brain, how I could decide whatever I wanted to do. I felt like if you know, you can untap the potential of your mind, you can witness anything you want. What was I saying? I don't know. DMT will take you inside your brain. I was trying to fathom what just happened. It took me a couple days. Excuse me. I felt humbled. I felt like there's still a ton more to learn about DMT, about psychedelics. You know, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. I've tripped probably, I don't even know how many times since I've been in the last 15 years. A lot though. And that's what I love about DMT is every experience is different. There'll be some overlap from some trips, but the core theme of the trip is always different, always unique on DMT. You don't get that with any other drug for sure. It's a special drug for sure. I've always said this, not my favorite in the world, but it's amazing. I just said it's a scary drug. I think about how like realistic the hallucinations feel on it.
Got a lot to learn.
Got a lot to learn, I said. I look sad there, don't I? But I wasn't. I was in awe. It was humbling. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. One of my coolest DMT. The racetrack, I can't emphasize how cool of a visual that was. It was all blue and white. Like, that's all I can say. It was more about the feeling, I guess. Going through the brain was insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Here I was trying to like think of something to say. I was aware that I was recording at that point. But I wasn't up to it. You know? Everything
I don't know exactly how like to begin this.
Life seemed so trivial at that point. Everything, my YouTube channel, my experience reports, everything. Other than this was.
That was the weirdest trip I've ever had in my life.
It was, probably. It's up there.
What happened?
This is when I was coming out of my second trip.
Dope.
Yeah, right there was when I was like, wait, I'm not done tripping yet.
That was dope.
Time's left.
I can't describe it really. I will have to what's the word? Trip report. I'll have to describe it tomorrow. Or I don't know. At a later time because that was a very, very, very profound DMT experience. Oh my God.
It really was.
Oh boy. And there's so much to say about it. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna have to end the video here. I'm gonna have to end the video here, but I'll talk to you all tomorrow or whatever.
And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So you guys, I just, I think I've said everything I wanted to say up until this point. I got a lot of ideas coming for the channel. Live streams I'm going to start doing at one point. I'm going to do a Q&A for my first live stream, I think, just because I'd like some stuff for me to talk about, beforehand. So I figure that's a good way. It'd be a good introduction also to get you guys to get to know me a little more personally and whatnot. And I'll make a video about how to post questions to that. I'll start I don't know. Well, either do it in the comments or in a post, in a community post, or maybe even a Discord or something like that. I'll figure out a way, but I'll let you guys know. And so that's going to be coming. I want to do that in January sometime. And then also, thank you guys all for responding to my poll where I asked you how long you like the videos. Most of you guys like them how they are. That's good to hear. Some of you thought they were a bit too long. I'm going to throw in some shorter videos here and there, so hopefully, they won't all be like that. But I'm kind of trying to go for a more podcast type of video, like a couple of the commenters mentioned. So that's just sort of the direction I'm going to go with it. And then also, some of you wanted the videos to be longer. Well, I'm going to be doing the live streams and stuff, so there should be longer content coming for sure. The same length content, and then I'll try mix in some shorter content too. Like I have been, but maybe I'll do that more frequently. We'll see. I want to make everyone happy for sure. I love the way the channel's going. Thank you guys so much for everything. I feel confident. I'm thinking of taking another semester off, to be honest with you, to go full-time into this and just really go for it. My channel's doing really good for its size, which is great. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm ready. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace out. More videos coming soon.